What up guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be reacting to living on 6.1 million a year in Las Vegas. Millennial money. 6.1 million, man.
And this is my office. Come on in. And this is my office. Come on in. Very superstitious, so I always have to sit right here to post a video. If we don't sit right here, we have a bad video. Since 2019, my income has almost tripled. YouTube is very much like the snowball effect, where all the work you put in starts building up that momentum, which builds more momentum, which builds even more momentum. There have been a lot of changes throughout these last 2 years. I've moved to Las Vegas. I now have 5 YouTube channels. I've doubled down on the content I'm putting out, and things are busier than ever. My name is Stephan. I'm 31 years old. I make $6.1 million a year.
Oh, he makes this. I was like, man, how are you spending $6.1 million a year, Graham? I'm like, damn.
Nevada. And this is, wait for it, Millennial money.
Nice.
My day is really boring. People think it's really exciting. Honestly, 10 hours a day is probably just spent just in front of a computer. So I would say usually I'll wake up anywhere between like 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And then I walk 20 feet to my office, I close the door, and usually I don't come out until like 6 p.m., sometimes 7, but in that office, I'm just trying to think of video ideas. I'm trying to plan out different concepts. For some reason, I have an easier time planning videos on a beanbag than I do on the couch. But I edit on the couch. You could just take this, put it here, lean up, and just edit away. And usually then after about 6 p.m., 6:30, we're wrapped up and try to take the rest of the day off.
See, that's a privilege I don't have, man. We'll be working all day, all night, baby. Maybe when you start making 6 million a year, you can afford to stop at 6 p.m.
So since the first episode, Macy moved in with me, and it's been really nice that like throughout the day I can take like little breaks and we can hang out, we can kind of see each other. And it's nice just to kind of take myself out of the computer every now and then and just clear my mind and just,
you know how they say tall girls don't like short guys? You don't have 6.1 million in your bank account.
I can't believe it's already been like almost 2 years since then. Wow. So I grew up in Los Angeles my entire life. It's really all I knew, and when the pandemic hit, it really made me reevaluate where I wanted to be and where I wanted to work. And once I came up to Las Vegas to see a friend, we really got to experience a different side that I'd never seen before. And I really liked it, and I was able to get so much more for the money. I was able to get so much more space. Everything was less expensive, and that allowed me to expand my entire business in ways that just was not as possible in Los Angeles.
Nice.
There's certainly a financial component to moving here as well that would allow me to get a home that is almost 4,000 square feet for half the cost in Los Angeles. It allows me to have people working from the house all day, that we could collaborate with each other. That just wasn't as doable in Los Angeles. And there's certainly the state income tax. I would be saving 13.3% living here, and so that has to be factored in. That allows me more money left over that I could reinvest elsewhere, and a lot of that money just goes back into the business. This is my set, and I was able to completely duplicate the exact same thing that I had back in LA. So when I'm filming, everything stays the exact same, and there's really no changes that are made. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. It also really helps too that it seems like a lot of the financial guys on YouTube all live in Las Vegas, and it almost seems to play into the whole frugality thing where you are living in an area where your money goes further. And it was something that I've never experienced before because I've always lived in Los Angeles. So
yeah, if I should move, man, I might also move to Las Vegas because I live in Vancouver, man. All the money we make goes to the government, man. Like, damn, this city is just mad expensive.
So leaving that and being able to experience something new just gave me a much wider perspective of what else was out there. Ramsey wants to help. Ramsey, what do you think? Oh, yeah, he likes that. the money I keep in bank accounts has certainly increased, and some of that is just to continually pay taxes as they're due. But the other aspect of it is that I am always on the hunt for a good deal, and I never know where that's gonna come. So I prefer to keep some cash on the sidelines, just if I see a good real estate deal come up, if there's a good investment opportunity, I'm always able to jump in.
Nice. 400,000 a month, damn. Sheesh. Nice. Wow. Well, that's the thing, right? If you already knows how to be a real estate agent, so he can just do his own thing. Like he can, nice. Like I like it. 45,000.
Every single time I walk by to the kitchen, I'm just like, I'm just sitting here looking at
Man,
it.
45,000 for man.
Minutes. And every single time you see something new.
Wow.
So I still track every week all the money that comes in, all the money that goes out, but there is really no budget at this point that I stick to, because like the default is always, I'm gonna save. The default is never spend. 112 degrees. Barely feel it. Yeah, it doesn't feel any higher than 95 today.
How did the smallest person end up in like the best seat of the car?
If I do spend money, I mean, it's not enough to ever really move the needle. At the very most, it's going out to all-you-can-eat sushi at like $21 a person, and that's me even like extravagantly spending. There it is, super sushi.
See, this is stuff that I can't believe it. Like for me, every time that I go out with my friends, we eating, like I just feel some type of way when my bill comes back and it's like $60, $80. I'm like, I don't really know if I wanted to pay that. Like I just feel like I'm wasting money when I go out to eat and you have to spend $80 on a meal. But what I've discovered is this place where you go and have like a $14 meal, and then I'll just do that like once, cause like yo, for $60 I can have a week's groceries. Like why should we spend a lot of money? Like it makes no sense.
I will get the bankroll. From a spending standpoint, there are some changes from about 2 years ago. The biggest change was that back then I would do anything just for the sake of cutting back a little bit more and saving. And at this point, I definitely eased up a little bit. And the biggest thing that I would say that I've started spending money on that I never imagined in the past was being able to buy back my time. As an example of that, I would say sometimes delivering food to the house. If that means that I could save an hour and a half, or even I could spend an extra hour and a half with Macy so she doesn't have to cook. Even getting a house cleaner, that was something that I've never done before.
The man's plates by okay, fine. Okay. Oh, she contributes, huh?
For sound, let's get go. And then, so when we filmed the first episode, I was spending about 20% of my time working as a real estate agent, and then the other 80% of the time, till probably like 2 o'clock in the morning every single night, I'd be making YouTube videos. But when the pandemic hit and we were all just inside, that was the point for me where I was like, I want to just go all in on YouTube.
Early 2017, wow.
I think the biggest shift for me over the last 2 years was probably more into financial commentary, because it gives me more content to work off of and to add my own thoughts about. Because at the end of the day, there's only so many times I could talk about how to set up a Roth IRA. So in 2020, the YouTube ad revenue made about $2.5 million.
I ain't made that much, man. But thank you for subscribing, all right? Let's keep pushing. Maybe one day Uncle Kevin will be a millionaire. Maybe I'll change this channel to Uncle Millionaire.
2021. We're on track to probably hit about $2.8 to $3 million by the end of the year. Hey guys, want to come to the office? Yeah. Cool. 2 years ago, I was pretty much doing everything myself. And it got to a point about a year and a half ago where I had no time. I mean, I was going from probably 6 o'clock in the morning to 8, 9 p.m. at night. As much as I enjoyed it, it was slowly wearing down on me. And the tipping point for me was really when I started to see my own content and my own work decline. That's the point where it started making sense to bring someone else on. Posting time, you know what we need? We need one of those little bells. Bang, 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 bang. That's what we need for posting time. Bang, bang, 3:30. So Jack now we have full time. He edits the videos on the second channel. He runs the podcast with me. We've just recently hired on Alex, who helps edit some of those videos on the podcast. He's doing the vlog. And these are things that just it wouldn't be possible on my own. I enjoyed just being like,
yeah, I think like if you're into content creation, like especially people who like vlogging, one of the challenges of vlogging is editing. If you can find someone who's dedicated to walking around with you, holding the camera, that same person does your edits and they don't really have content for their own, they're not into that, and they focus on that, then you can succeed. Because the thing is, if you do this type of videos and then you do like the other ones that I did, if you watch my Taylor Swift video, and then you want to do vlogging on top, that just takes away a lot of time, and you definitely need help. You definitely need someone who edits those videos. Because yeah, editing, whew, that just takes hours, man.
A lot of pride in the fact that, like, you know, look at all these people out there with these huge teams, and look at how much I'm able to accomplish on my own. But I think at a certain point that was holding me back from continuing to grow, because there's only so much work that I could do before just mentally you get burned out, and then at that point work begins to suffer. So there we go. So I just got the notification, so I see it posted. 1 dislike already. Somebody's there. It's like, get the notification, dislike. Another thing I do out of superstition is that I always click on the video as soon as it posts, and I'll watch it all the way through just to make sure everything is perfect. And as you can see, I always hit my own like button.
That's the only way to get some likes, man. On some of these videos, I only have 1 like, and I know it's by myself. I like what I make. do like the video if you're enjoying this content with me.
Back then, like 2-3 years ago, I was indiscriminate about where I would be spending my time. There you have it, espresso. I would work 2 a.m. I would wake up at 6 a.m. I just wouldn't care. I would just work. It didn't matter where I spent my time as long as I was doing something productive. Now I feel like I work a lot more efficiently, and every hour of my day is allocated to doing something. So I really look at where is my time best spent? How am I able to get the most done during that time? And I've done my best to try to find as much balance as I can between having a life a little bit and working, even though I will say, like, work is my life in quite a big sense. And I enjoy it, but I've definitely become a lot more efficient and balanced.
That's pretty nice, man.
I certainly think there is that risk of building your entire career on YouTube and potentially being at the whims of an algorithm. But I think to counteract that, we have such a supportive community. I've tried to diversify a little bit to other platforms, and if something were to happen, I would always have something else to fall back on, and that relieves some of the stress or some of the need to, you know, keep the hamster wheel going and really do this from a place of authenticity, in the sense that, like, I really enjoy making content, not so much.
I need to get paid, bro. I need to get paid. Subscribe to the channel, please. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, man, I had to learn that last year, like, in order to sustain. If you've seen my content, when the year started, I was putting on like 10 videos a day, but when you're doing that, you start to realize, whoa. When you get a copyright strike, like, oh snap, this can just go left. So what I had to learn was find different branches of ways of making revenue, and then just do this because I enjoy it, and shift the type of content that I also do, because I was just reacting to videos to react. That's why a lot of times I'll just be like this. And then I realized, we can react to videos that I actually enjoy, but also as well, I can focus on other things to make and just make it all sustainable so that we can have a good time. All right, subscribe to the channel now.
That just disappears if something were to happen to it. don't know what's so.
And
I don't know. I'm just embarrassed. Go. I don't know.
nah, you know, man, respect where it's due. I like his house. I like his growth. Like these are some of the guys that inspire guys like me to keep pushing. You know, this year I really hope I can grow beyond my wildest imagination, but I do understand that just comes from putting in the work and making sure that I give you guys value and we react to content that adds value to our lives. Definitely, like if you're into content creation, what I can say is you really have to diversify your income and make content. Not necessarily you need each video to be a hit, but make content that you enjoy. If you enjoy it, you know, the audience also like yeah, we like what you're doing, bro. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one.